Brand new subscriber.
When I have to stop an Isaac run to meet you for a non-Isaac game.
You know what kind of world we're living in?
What?
One of those right there.
Little bubbly?
A little bit of the bubbly, little peach bubbly.
Yeah, I like your approach to trying to strong arm them into a sponsorship. I think it'll work.
Simply demonstrating what could be done for them if they choose to engage in a brand partnership. I mean, if this is the kind of social media metrics that we can get ambiently, imagine what we could do.
I mean, just imagine, I know you would never say this, but just imagine if everyone who's watching this on your side of things would all tweet at Bubbly and say sponsored at Northernlion. I think it would.
I think that would definitely push them away. I feel like that is like strong arm social media mob tactics that they would not want to be associated with.
I disagree. I mean, that's why I said it and you don't say it.
Right, yeah. I would almost see it, they did like cyberbullying almost.
No, I would like, let me ask you this. If you had a hamburger store and there was like people protesting, not protesting, but on the outside, they were cheering, hey, try dill pickles. Wouldn't you come up with a special burger with dill pickles?
Cool.
Let me flip it around for you.
Yeah.
If you were ending your stream and 1,000 people came into chat and were like, raid this person specifically that you'd never heard of, would you be more or less likely to raid that person moving forward?
More. Yo, speaking of, I didn't know Hob raided.
Yeah.
Thanks. I thought Hob just popped in. No, I would be way less.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, point taken.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what happened there, but I'll take the.
No, you made your
point.
point. I will digest my point and regurgitate it in a different form.
Oh, okay. Well, can I send you an invitation to join me in the game of rounds, which I've never played before?
Yes, you can.
Can you sign on to Steam?
Yes, I can. I was
Look at that.
3 parsecs, like a half a parsec in front of you.
Oh, I understand. And chat, guess what? The squad stream is already live. You got nothing to worry about.
Are you keyboard and mouse or you controller?
I'm gonna go keyboard and mouse on this one.
Okay. You want to say what this one is?
Yeah, so rounds is I found it when I was digging for stuff to play on Steam. It's been getting a little bit of attention. I saw it like a week ago. I thought it was only local multiplayer, but actually it's online multiplayer. It's a 1v1 combat game. However, the loser of a round then gets to choose like a card that they can use to build an ability to give them a better chance in the next run. So maybe like round 1, I lose, I get a card that gives me like double jump, and then I use double jump to beat Dan. Dan gets always got a temporary shield. And then like as time goes on and on and on, these all stack up on top of each other over and over, so you get much more complicated combat going on.
It's like a fighting game with loot boxes if you lose.
That's a good way to describe it. So you're gonna have to describe what they look like for me.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, you picked that?
Oh, you must be blue and I'm orange.
Okay. Good
All
luck.
right. Good luck to you as well. Great shot.
I think that's the kind of game you can just tune in and watch, and you don't need it explained. You're like, hey, there's Ryan, there's Daniel.
You don't think it's too complicated?
No. We hit
those. What a shot. Oh my, what am I supposed to do? That's crazy.
Oh, it's all right. Hey, Ryan, I'll give you, you can take another card.
Oh, you're in trouble, Dan. You're in trouble. Oh, apparently there's a block key in the game. I don't know what it is, but there is a block key in the game. Let me just, I'm now realizing I can choose between several cards, and I'm gonna do that. Let me see. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay.
So because Ryan lost, he gets to pick a card. I get no upgrades.
And you don't know what it is yet.
Oh, I got to see some kind of poison. Or
you got to see?
Yeah.
Oh, right click is block.
Oh, I'm burning. Nice shot.
That's the poison touch, baby. That's the poison touch.
This is cool. It's kind of like a faster tank game where we Swedish pizza.
like shell shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like on top of that, like I like the idea that it's going to get more complicated over time, like as we get more items and stuff like that. I think they all come with a trade-off as well. Like my poison is pretty sweet, but it does also make my reload worse, or I have to reload more often or something. Oh, Daniel. That's tough luck. That's tough luck.
Okay, 1-1. Ooh.
You wouldn't. I like how I can see that as soon as you saw that there were 4 lines of text on that middle card, you were like, it's not for me.
All right, here, 1v1. Ooh, look at this. Okay.
Watch out. Some of these platforms have physics too.
You're burning me.
Dude, the poison is too strong. You got to get a little bit more aggressive. Do you see? I blocked the shot. I blocked the shot.
Okay. Oh, I see. You got to win 5. I got you. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Yep. A huge amount of bullet speed. Blocking creates a healing field.
All right, you
counterpicked me.
It's like Dota.
How dare you? What do you got a ball? Oh, I got a ball too, now that I think about it. Or now that I notice. Ooh! And then he goes for the healing field. We got to get in there.
We hit those.
We hit those. Come on, just land. Oh, thanks for the HP.
Wait, you stole my HP?
Well, I just got inside. I haven't been hit yet, so I don't really need... Okay, well, you know, if you could create another one.
Get out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've done it again. We've done it again.
Okay. That's fair.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
All right, we got to battle a little bit here. It's an interesting game. Good pick.
It's a cool idea. Oh, it's a cool idea. I'm glad that like it has online multiplayer. That changes everything.
And it works.
Oh.
What have you been up to, Ryan? You've been Isaacing out of your gourd.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
I'm playing a little bit of Isaac. I think they did an awesome job on Repentance. I think it's tuned a little tough. Like I think the difficulty is quite high, obviously.
Which is good, right? Would you consider good or no?
Yeah, I'd consider it good. But I also, I didn't know you could go down there. I think it's good, and I also think like they did such a good job on like the new content that any concerns you might have about like difficulty fall by the wayside for me.
Because the content is so good.
Yeah, the new content is like so pogged up. Not just the new items, but like I was talking about. I mean, I don't know how much people even care to hear about like my thoughts on Isaac specifically in the rare moments I'm not playing it. But hold on, I got bills to pay here. Oh, you can shoot the saw over to the enemy side. But I was talking about it today, and I was like, you know, you have so much more choice in the game than you used to have. Like, you can choose whether to go to the alt floor. If you go to the alt floor, you can choose between item rooms. You know, you can choose whether to continue.
Oh, good battle.
You can continue on that path moving forwards, or you can like get off of it, etc., etc. Like, I think they added a lot more like player agency. Like, I always think of like that first alt room choice. If you go to the alt path, you get a double item room. You get the choice to go further. Oh, that was a great shot. You get the choice to go further into the alt path. You also could choose or not to choose to like do the super alt pathy stuff. Like, you know, fight the boss as the redacted in order to get like the maximum possible value. Like, I think they've added way more opportunities for the player to control the outcome of the run instead of just be at the mercy of admin.
Yeah, I mean, like, as a cat, like, I know you're super DAE. I mean, not super DAE, like, you know everything about the game. But as a casual, I'm surprised how much it's pulled me back in. It just feels new.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just feels new.
I couldn't agree more.
All right, you're up 4-2 here.
I'm doing pretty well. I can't complain. What do you think? What do you think there? You got some tankiness. You got explosive bullets.
We go for broke here. We go for broke. I did hear you go off a little bit yesterday though about Pepsi versus Coke.
Whoa! what a reflect though, Daniel. What a reflect.
And you think you can't beat the average? Or you think most people can?
I think my hypothesis is that I believe most people would do worse than they think they would do. Not necessarily worse than the average, but I believe most... Great shot. I believe most people overestimate their ability. Let's put it that way.
You think so?
I do think so.
So like you, if we gave you 10 cups, how many of those cups could you get right?
I think I would get slightly over 50%.
Okay, and you think the average person thinks they can get like 90%?
There were people in chat that were like 100 easy, and not even like 10. They're like, if you gave me like, 50 cups, I would get it right 50 times in a row.
That's a little much.
Oh,
good fight.
Oh, I don't know how we. I guess you just click on yes. Okay. Like I don't know. I don't know if I would. I think I would beat 50%, but I don't know if I would do much more than that.
Well, here's the thing: if you're doing 10 in a row, don't you think you would need some kind of palate cleanser? You
need some pickled ginger for sure.
Yeah. Is that? Oh yeah, that's the sushi.
Does that
stuff.
factor in? I mean, I don't concern myself with the minutia.
You just.
Yeah, it's drink. It's just a thought experiment. I mean, I don't even know what I would be looking for. I feel like Pepsi is maybe a little sweeter. That's all I got.
You're gonna do it, right? Now you got to do it. That's good content.
I think so. That's my thing, man. That's the kind of content I want to do. Not just to like be like a a food guy, but like to
be a lot of views on YouTube guy.
Well, yeah, there's that. But then also like to explore my own psyche. Like I was thinking about that. You know what you got rocket bullets? What's up with that? Oh, it's pushing me. It's pushing.
We smell blood. All right.
I thought I could right click.
But how can you do that? Don't you have to disclose SEC or some of your holdings? Nice shot.
As far as I know, I don't hold any. I don't hold any Coke or Pepsi. So, you pushed me into the saw. What a shot! I don't know. Maybe in the total U.S. market fund. It's possible.
So there's that food challenge. What are some other food challenges that you think are applicable?
I always think about stuff like blind taste test stuff to see if expensive stuff actually tastes better, or even better, like to see if what I think my food preferences are actually match up with what without knowing what brand it is, if my preferences actually match up. You know what I mean? No, I might think that I prefer Coke to RC Cola or something, but maybe when you give me the blind taste test, it's not the case anymore, Well, dude, he's killing me with these.
Didn't in 2014 you drank swag water or something?
I did. I bought Bling water. It was a $70 bottle of water.
What did it taste like?
It tasted like water. It was. I mean, I bought it not to be like, I assume it tastes good. I bought it as like a subscriber goal, and then drank it, and I was like, I mean, it just tastes like. I mean, it's obvious, right? It's just water.
It didn't taste like a little gold or anything, like Goldschlager.
It had kind of a cool bottle though.
I can still see it, kind of in my head.
I think the company went out of business. Like it's a terrible business model, right? $70 bottles of water, for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, you only have to sell 10 bottles, and then you're profitable.
Right, but you have $700. I don't know how long that's gonna keep you going. They were shipping overseas. I just want to meet the kind of person who is
that's all they have in their fridge.
Yeah, or they take they only do baths in Bling water or something like that.
I'm surprised you went the bath water route.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay, so I was just gonna say we're both bad. But it has been done. But yeah, I would love to do blind taste test for like 2 reasons. You know, which one of these is the best, but then also which one do I think is the best, and can I actually back that up in the blind taste test, or do I get outed as a liar?
I wouldn't out you as a liar.
Well, I think like brand perception, it has like an impact on flavor, right? Like I think I like McDonald's chicken nuggets better than Burger King, but if my eyes are closed, then who knows? Yoo-hoo!
I will say this: I got branded last night. I mean, like, so I mean, sometimes you have like the dead day. You know what I mean? Where you're like, hey, you're trying all your variables and they're not working, right? So I'm like,
I have
okay.
no idea what you're talking about, but that's fine.
Yeah. So anyways, so I'm like, I went to the grocery store. I bought some stuff, and then I saw I'm not gonna say what it is or anything, a seltzer beverage. I'm like, oh, I've seen this brand before, and the flavors sound good, so I'm just gonna buy it. But in my head, I'm like, oh, I like the way the branding looks because I've seen it before, and I know, and I said that to myself. I'm like, that's kind of subconscious, but I like the way it looks because of the branding. And I've seen like someone on Twitch actually be sponsored by this brand.
Really?
Yeah. And so
it's a non-alcoholic seltzer.
No, it's adult beverage.
It's an adult beverage. Okay.
And I got it, and then when I got home, it tasted like seltzer and chemicals, and I'm like, I got branded.
You got marketed to.
Yeah. But I still like the way their logo and stuff looks.
Could be any company. Does it rhyme perhaps with the law?
I can't say it. I'm not
does it rhyme with right law?
I cannot disclose that. But oh, nice shot.
I mean, the only reason I bought bubbly in the first place was branding, basically. I've had LaCroix before in my life, and I was like, you know what? I mean, it was really more of like the LaCroix was in like a different aisle, and the bubbly was at the end cap, and I was like, let's give it a shot then. And
what about bubbly do you like better than LaCroix?
I don't know. It just tastes nice. Really, like I'm a big believer in consumer inertia. Like if I got a brand I already like, then why mix it up, right? Except for the blind taste test. Like I think a sparkling water blind taste test is in my future.
Flavor or brand recognition?
Ooh. To see which one has the best. So you get like 10 different types of lime sparkling water, and then like run the taste test and see which one you actually like the most. Okay, that was really good.
So speaking of food, I was watching Jay this weekend, I think, and he was talking about how you have like starter packs with bread. I'm like, what?
Oh, like yeast starters?
Yeah,
or sourdough starters?
It's like I have a starter in my fridge that I make bread from. I'm like, why don't you just make the bread? What do you need a starter for?
Oh, because the starter is that's where all the flavor comes from. But you know, your starter like evolves over time, and it gives your bread a unique character.
But is it like a jar of starter?
Yeah, it's basically just like yeast and medium, like, you know, something for the yeast to eat. And then, you know, naturally they just, you know, they go through different generations and stuff like that, and they change in timbre, if you will.
So when you say medium, what does that mean?
Some kind of carbohydrate for the yeast to eat.
So based
I don't know if it's like white sugar or brown sugar or what. But...
Oh, nice shot. So, but based on the carb you feed it is the different like variant of sourdough?
Oh, no. I don't know, actually, to be honest. I don't, like, naturally it's gonna have variance in taste just because, like, you know, even if you and Jay bought the same yeast colony, you know, 10,000 generations later, there's gonna be some natural like divergence there. So there's like an element of uniqueness there, and then I'm sure you can cultivate it in like some different ways, I guess, but I don't know the specifics of it.
It seems like that's all in your wheelhouse.
I mean, it's biology, I guess, but it's also bread. So you know what? I can't disagree with you. I think you're right. Oh God.
Any port in the storm.
Talk about threading the needle. No, but it's just like people are super protective of their like sourdough starters. Like I think there's some people out there. Yeah, but it's not like, you know, it's not. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it, right? Because it's not just flour and yeast. Like if you get it's like the difference between a plant that you've been growing for like, you know, since you were a kid.
What kind of plant?
And well, you know, let's call it a a coriander instead of the obvious. And then like, you know, you could go and obviously you could buy more coriander seeds at the grocery store, but like, you know, that's not the same as Cory the coriander that, you know, you've got memories with it and it's got its own kind of unique genome.
Do you think there's someone who has like starter from their grandparents or great grandparents?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You think they kept it that long?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't like go. It starts bad, right? It can't go bad. Like my dad is protective of the sourdough starter.
Oh,
like
nice
every time they move, they gotta like make sure that they. You ever see Rat Race where Wayne Knight is transporting? Don't shoot me. Wayne Knight is transporting the heart in the ice, but he you know, it keeps melting on him. That's like what they do with the sourdough starter.
Really? Wait, do you have a piece of that? Do you have a piece of that?
I mean, not until, you know, they leave this mortal coil.
Wait, but
I guess if we lived close by, they could slice off a little piece, and then I could start building my own like sister colony.
When you say slice off, I thought it's just like water they give to you with like stuff floating in it.
It's like a little. It's kind of semi-solid, like it's gooey.
I did see Jay's post on Instagram of it. It looked really good.
Dude, making bread is sick. I wish I had the patience. I wish I had the wherewithal.
Let's go best of 3 here.
But that means I already won.
No, that was just warm-ups.
Oh, okay.
This is the true stuff right here.
All right, best of 3.
I sent you. Oh, I can't say I sent you an invite. Online.
Why can't you say you sent me an invite?
Because I said
because you didn't, or you sent it sensitively.
No, I went to. It said an invite, but I didn't get to pick anyone. If that makes sense.
Nothing popped up for you? I sent you an invite.
All right, send me another one.
Okay. Just give me a moment.
I got it.
You got the invite? Because I just closed the game.
Okay.
This is giving me serious flashbacks.
Of every time we play a game?
No, of you know, years of running lobbies for the NLSS. And they're like, I didn't get an invite. And then I'm like, okay, let me remake the lobby. And then as soon as I quit, they're like, oh, there it is.
I guarantee there was at least one Pepe Hands in your chat. And I don't have your chat open today.
There you go. Yeah. There was only one until you said it. There's probably more now, but that's fine.
All right, good luck. So we'll go best of 3, like
best of 3.
Vancouver versus San Jose.
All right, you didn't. Oh, I guess you are a Sharks fan. Yeah. Dude, hockey is like over in Vancouver right now. 20 Canucks players are on the COVID protocol list. We haven't played in like 2 weeks. Well, and probably will not play for like another 2 weeks, and maybe our whole season's gonna get canceled.
Don't you have a jersey?
I do, but like,
get out there.
Oh, I thought you meant like maybe it's game worn.
No, I meant you go play for him. Why not?
That's, dude. I mean, honestly, like, it is funny. Like these guys. I mean, it's not funny, obviously, but they came down with like, you know, the virus. And then people are like, oh, you can't cancel their season. Their game has playoff implications for other teams. And I'm like, so I'm just picturing like all these guys like in bed right now, like throwing up constantly. And, you know, they're like, I got to get out there so that we can determine whether Toronto or Edmonton get home ice advantage.
Did they cancel the season, or they're just like wait and see.
They're maintaining right now the idea that they'll be able to complete the season, but if they do it, they're gonna have to like play something like 19. Oh God.
Don't they have like D-League players or no?
Yeah, but that's the funny thing is that our AHL affiliate, like our AAA affiliate, also has COVID. Like 10 people on the AHL team are out with COVID right now. So it's like it's a pretty messed up scenario. Like I don't know what they're gonna end up having to just like ice, like that South Park episode where a bunch of 5th graders play against the Avalanche. Like it's gonna be like, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Was Claude Lemieux in that episode?
People were getting like, you know, beaten up pretty badly, so I would hazard a guess he probably was.
Is there still an Avalanche team or did they get moved?
Dude, they're going strong right now.
You just never
one of the best teams in the NHL. They were historically terrible like 6 years ago, but
ooh.
Oh! What a shot! What a shot! So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I mean, mostly at this point, our season's screwed anyway. I just hope they're
oh, good block, good block.
I just hope they're okay at this point.
This plays into us. This plays into
I like when you read them, but I don't really pay close attention. And then you go back and you snap to one you read before, and I don't get a chance to read it. Like that's a good tactic.
Part of the sauce. I could see this being an esport and people just doing absurd things.
Yeah, like neither of us like have made a habit of blocking on purpose. I've noticed that. I think that's a big part of things.
Surprised how there's no like latency. You know,
there's a couple times where, like, just to be honest, I'm like, it looked like you hit me, but then it didn't come to pass. But then, like, I anytime I hit, I'm like, I got it. I'm like that. There's no latency when I shoot, which I respect.
Host advantage.
A little host. It could be host advantage, which is why I made sure that. I always want to host. It's only fair. But also, you should get a little host advantage because, like, trying to corral streamers is like it carries a psychic detriment. You know what I mean? You ever try to get another streamer to reply to an email?
So I will say this. So Hob popped in on the stream, and I sent him when he got permaban. When he got not permaban. When he got banned from Twitch. Like I sent him a DM, I think it was around Valentine's Day or something, and he just responded like 2 months later. So like, and that's just, hey, like, hope you're okay and hope I can't wait for you to come back type DM.
Yeah.
If it's like inviting someone to something, it's like sometimes takes even longer.
Yeah. What I used to do, now I'm much better about it. But what I used to do is if I saw a message I didn't want to reply to, and it wasn't someone I was close to, I would just like not reply ever, which is kind of rude. But like, there's a lot of people that like we're mutuals on Twitter, but like, I don't, just because we're mutuals, that's not an invitation to slide into the DMs. And then like sometimes years later, I've actually needed to get in touch with them, and I just drop like the, oh, sorry, I didn't see this until now. Or like, oh, sorry, I thought I replied to this.
See, I'm the opposite. If we're mutuals, the tube's open. Send the send the message.
I'm very much not in that boat. Even I mean, if we're barely acquaintances, but we're mutuals, and you send me a DM, 30% chance no reply, 30% chance reply, 40% chance we're no longer mutuals.
That's a dichotomy. And you don't have DMs open for everyone, right?
Oh my God, are you crazy? Do you?
Yeah, of course. I don't like tweet that out because it's a lot of messages to go through, but I do. What if someone needs to contact me?
The email, you know, the Gmail.
Do you check your emails? I don't.
For the most, so there's another streamer. I forget how I think they were also involved with like either Isaac or Spelunky too. Oh no, I remember what it was. There's another streamer that Apollo. He watched some of their like video essays on his stream.
Yeah.
And I went to their Twitter account and somebody had tweeted them and was like, "Hey, I really need to get in touch with you. Like, can you follow me for DMs?" And they just replied like, "Sorry, I don't do that." And I was like, "Dude, I gotta start doing that." I'm starting to give myself like the permission to be like, you know, no, you can't. I don't know who you are. You can't contact me. To be honest with you.
You know, there's more than one way to make sourdough bread. I'll tell you that.
This guy, he's too strong. I don't know how I'm gonna get in there. But he's got the homing bullets. I'm doing nothing.
It is resinous, but I'll take it.
I'm trying to. I'm taking all these items here that are like, you know, if I get close to you, you take damage, but it doesn't appear to be. Oh, maybe it does come to pass. I don't know. Look, he's so strong, dude.
I will say though, like, not to keep talking about Hob, but I was watching his stream yesterday, and he was just on a ban frenzy, and it's one of the most entertaining things I've ever seen.
Dude, we've been doing a lot of like chat court, and it's been great.
What's chat court?
It's like I've been banning way more people. People have gotten they've gotten too comfortable in this chat. I'm not afraid to admit it. So like here's a good example. Yesterday, like I pivoted off of Isaac to do a sponsored thing in the moment that we normally would pivot to do like Warzone or something with Mouth and Sips, and somebody in chat said, "Wow, rip Mouth and Sips. I guess money is more important than friendship." So I just banned him. And then at the end of the show, I had like an extra 10 minutes or something like that. So I go through the unban requests for all the people that have been banned over the course of, you know, the past couple of days, and then we see if they're gonna get unbanned. And I will say I unban like at least 85 to 90% of the people who got banned in the first place.
What about that person? Did that person request?
They did request unban, and they said, hold on, I gotta figure out how the heck I'm gonna kill Dan here. Oh, I know what I'm doing. It doesn't even, like, if they show any degree of apologia, I don't know if that's the right word at all, but
oh, nice suck.
If they do, if they are just like, I was kind of in the wrong, then I'm like, you know what? That's enough for me. I'm not asking you to bend the knee and kiss the ring. Like, that makes me uncomfortable as well. But yeah, I think that.
Did I self-eat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that time they were like, I understand you probably banned me because you don't want that negativity to be here during a sponsored stream. And I was like, no, that wasn't it. It was because, like, you know, I already cleared it with my friends that I'm gonna like take this time, and then out of nowhere you're just like, oh, I guess he like hates his friends and is just like in love with money. But either way, like they were like, it's my bad, so I was like, you're on bans. Very, very rarely do people stay banned for life as a result of something like that.
I mean, I don't know, like, I think that was a funny comment because it's probably like the least true thing. Like, you could say a lot of things about you, but that wouldn't be one. And
it's not like I ran a show where we played the same 9 games for like 12 years consecutively at great cost to the analytics, but as a friendship buff, you know?
But I just noticed what my shots look like. But but on top of what?
I think you hit yourself with like incredible damage over time. I gotta do it. I'm liking the synergy here. I don't know what it is, but I'm liking it.
All right, so I click rematch, space bar.
Yeah.
All right, so you're up 1-0. I'm surprised you unbanned that person.
Well, I like, at the end of the day, I don't want to make enemies, you know? Like, I don't want to like ban. Here's the thing. I think it's a little lawless here. Here's, and this is kind of my opinion on justice in general to some extent. Is like, if you do something wrong, I don't want you to be a persona non grata for the rest of your life, unless it's really bad, or you have like no like wherewithal to apologize. If you don't accept like any level of guilt, then I'm like, whatever. You know, that I don't mind having that energy not be around. What the?
Oh, I get it now. See, I looked at my ban request the other day, 0. Because I think
I was looking. I don't think you ban people unless they come in and they're usually like bots who post like ASCII, you know, not safe for work stuff like earlier today, and they're not gonna unban requests. They're just like, I'm out.
Well, that's not, plus I think if someone gets banned, they know exactly why. You know, there's no like to get banned over here, you gotta, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta really be thinkers, you know.
Plus, like, it's chat loves the chat trial segment, which is beautiful because it's easy content, and also like, I don't know, man. There's just sometimes, I don't know if you can relate, but I'm pretty sure like 80% of streamers can. People talk a lot of shit for sure, and then it just feels nice to be like, oh, okay, what do you have to say about it now? Oh, I can't hear you. You know, it's just a very powerful feeling, and it builds up over the time. Like, especially like chat's been really good. I was talking about it with the mods yesterday on Discord. Chat's been really good like during Isaac, but just by virtue of the fact that there's so many people, like sometimes just like the light trolling and like the people just trying to bait arguments and stuff like that, they get on my nerves. And then when somebody oversteps the line a little bit at that point, that's where it's really nice to just be like, guess what, you're banned. And then if you want to even give me like some extra content, submit an unban request.
So why do you think, like, I was trying to think about this, why was watching Hob like just go off on people? Like, and granted, like it was like they were all justified. It wasn't like he was just being a jerk, but it was like so entertaining. And
I think it's just like it's interpersonal conflict. Like, I think it's, or not even interpersonal conflict, but like interpersonal relations. It's like the most fun thing for people to watch. It's like baked in our DNA. I always thought like if there was ever like an NLSS where there was like good bits, it took years for that episode to be considered like a classic. You know, you go to the NLSS subreddit or the Northernlion subreddit, and there were like 2 comments. Fun show today. See you tomorrow. If there was ever like a 6 out of 10 show where there was an argument, there were 250 comments in the first half hour after the show ended. Like, people are just enamored with watching people interact with one another, and it's like it's always different, right? So I think there's a level of honesty to that. Oh gosh. Like, everybody wants they want that drama that comes from, you know, like 2 people disagreeing with one another, or having their interests be opposed.
with that, but there's something about it like where it's one-sided that's really funny.
Well, honestly, like, and this is, again, it's probably overthinking it, but that's why, like, as a streamer, I'm very lenient with the unbans, and like, not that, like, I don't want people to have to bow down, because there's already like a power imbalance just in the dynamic, right? You know, can you imagine, like, you had to, like, you've been chatting for 5 years, and then like you have like one bad day, you say, you maybe say one thing that like on another day wouldn't have even gotten you in trouble, and instead it's like, oh, by the way, you're banned forever now. Like, that's kind of too far for me, but
24-hour ban,
permanent. What a shot! What a shot!
I needed that one. I needed that one.
What do I need here?
So, okay, so I had something I discovered during Tarkov this week. That's pretty big. I think a pretty big cultural revelation.
Okay.
Creed and Pearl Jam are actually the same band.
Okay, I understand where you're coming at this one from.
Yeah.
I very much disagree, of course.
Okay, so do you think if let me further bolster my point.
You're gonna give me the Pepsi challenge of Pearl Jam versus Creed?
Let's say it took 5 people off the Twitch street. Oh, your guy was wait, don't move for a second. Our guys, see his leg?
I can't believe I fell for it.
So if I took 5 people off the Twitch street and played them Pearl Jam and Creed, they would think they're the same band. I would say at least 4 of them would.
I certainly think you think 80% of people wouldn't be able to tell them apart.
Yes.
I think if you gave them a Pepsi challenge, I mean, you'd have to find people that are our age for sure. For one, I think that's a gimme. But like,
no, of all ages. That's
so you're gonna give them like a primer or something like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, here's okay. Well,
like which band do you like better? And they're gonna say, well, they're the same band.
They're the same band. Okay. I mean, I disagree. I don't think 4 or 5.
How many?
I think 4 or 5 would be able to tell the difference, but I do want to acknowledge that there are a lot of similarities, like particularly in the sound of their voice.
I mean, we did an analysis with what's that program called? Handbrake, and it's literally the same frame perfect vernacular.
What does that even mean?
It means that tonally and octavely, they're exactly the same. So I think they're the same person. When I first saw Jeremy today, it's the same.
Well, it's really easy to tell because if a song is like kind of good, it's probably Pearl Jam, and if it's like pure garbage, it's definitely Creed or Pearl Jam, but in their late career.
See, I gave myself the Pepsi Creed Pearl Jam challenge this morning, and I pulled them up on Spotify. They have like 1 billion plays on their top 4 songs. Creed does.
Oh yeah, and then the rest of them are like probably pretty low. It's like it's a nostalgia thing. Like, oh. You know what? I'm instant in on that one. I mean, dude, I'll level with you. I mean, like I don't even like Pearl Jam that much. I just like Black, you know, their first album, or at least the first album that kind of went mainstream. Oh, he's got me stunned, dude. He's so. But like Creed is not good. Like one of the worst bands that ever got popular.
I did see their oh, nice shot. I saw their album cover. It looks like the Stonks meme guy. Have you ever seen?
Yeah, okay. Human Clay looks a little bit like the Stonks guy.
Yeah.
If you really want to laugh, like after this, you should look up the album art for the Creed album Weathered.
Okay.
It's literally like it's bad design, like r/bad design. Creed has a lot of very human. There's also like they have a music video that looks exactly like a Diablo 2 cinematic. Like there's a lot of stuff to make fun of when it comes to Creed.
Is are they at the point in their career where they're aware of that, or do they push back against that?
No, oh god, match point already. My understanding of Creed is that at least Scott Stapp doesn't have a whole lot of self-awareness. He's the lead singer. But the guitarist, I forget his name. It's like Mark Tenorti or something like that. He's been in some other bands that were popular, and relatively well liked, I think.
He's got some self-awareness.
I think so. I mean, like he's the guitarist for Creed, and like you know the guitar solo on With Arms Wide Open, like
donkey, that one.
Yeah, it's like 6 notes. Like that's not what you dream of playing. No, I'm talking the solo right before. If I had just one look. Oh God.
What's the one where
only one dear man?
I don't know that song.
You know. That's literally With Arms Wide Open.
What's the one that goes?
You tweeted about it yesterday.
But it goes ding ding donkey dunk donkey 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 dunk. Is that the one you're talking about? There's one that everyone knows. Like it literally starts with that.
Chad, what's he talking about? What's this guy talking about? Tiny boop squig shorterly. That's One Last Step. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That's a hold me now.
Yeah.
I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm yeah, okay.
They got some bops though. I'm not even gonna lie. That's a bop.
That song spoke to me in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Like that was my 8th grade playlist. It was One Last Breath by Creed, and then Complicated by Avril Lavigne. Both I think one is the light side of humanity, one's the dark side of humanity. Oh, you know, dude, we got like the same build here.
You know who's self-aware? On TikTok, they showed the lead singer from Blink 182. And he was
the alien guy or the other one?
Who's the alien one? Pete Wentz?
Tom is the alien guy, I think.
No, this is the guy that, so he was talking normal. And then he was talking normal, and then in the middle of it, he goes, "Hello, how are you?" And then he just looked at the camera. I'm like, that was pretty good. Like, he knew he was making up his voice. And that was the big question of the day, was like, with Yarms wide, he goes, "Open." And I'm like,
yes,
does he know he's saying that? Versus open.
I'm dead. I'm so dead. Oh, match point, man.
All right, 1-1. Do you think he knows?
I mean, I think Scott Stapp has a very low level of self-awareness, for sure.
But here's the thing. I listened to the whole song at the very end. I didn't want to give away the poll. At the very end, the last time he says open, he says open. So it was a ruse the whole time.
Right. That's just like, you know how like you can't hit notes sometimes unless you really squeeze them?
Yeah.
Like I think that's what's going on with Scott Stapp. Like I think he has to put the sauce on it because the normal voice is a little sauceless. There's a couple of Creed songs I think are minor bops.
Okay, which ones?
My Own Prison is the closest thing to a genuine bop they've got.
That's the one with the guitar intro?
No, that's One Last Breath, which is not good. That's in my opinion, at least. I don't think it's. I'm not gonna flex. It wasn't like I was 12 and I was like, this band sucks. I was like, yo, this band like speaks to me in my darkest moments.
Do you have a boombox?
Oh, dude, I have one of the silver plastic boomboxes
with the 2 speakers and then the CD opener on the top.
It had the CD opener on the top and then a tape deck on the front.
Oh, dual or single?
So like how many CDs?
No, tapes.
How many tapes? I believe it was a 1 tape, Marty. Okay. But I mean, I apologize for this, like to Mrs. McGraw, but that is how I got This Kiss by Faith Hill on my mixtape. I waited for the radio to start playing This Kiss, hit record real quick, and then, you know, it's the perfect crime. You might get an ad for like a local used car dealership in there or something, but...
Kiss, 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 kiss. Unsinkable. Yo, have you ever seen Sling Blade?
Like in 1997, maybe.
It's so good. You got them taters.
I aim to kill you with it. Yeah. I remember a little bit of Sling Blade.
I'd never seen it. It's so good.
This is a really good bit as well. It's like the best actor winning movie from the 1997 Oscars, and now like just running it back. I remember, like, I was too young to appreciate it, but I remember like my parents were like, "Oh, that was really good."
And you were just you didn't really like it.
Well, I was like 10, you know, like it's not a movie for a 10-year-old.
Sure it is.
But I mean, I really like Billy Bob Thornton as an actor. You know, I hate when people do this. They're like, "Oh, I really like him," but also like, you know, kind of a weirdo in real life. But he's a great actor.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Like Fargo season 1, he's like, it's an all-time great TV role. What are you hitting me with here? What are you hitting me with?
Your best shot?
Oh, fire away. All I remember is I aim to kill you with it. That's all I got.
You don't remember the taters?
I do remember he was kind of interested in the taters.
He puts the mustard on the taters.
What made you watch Sling Blade after after 23 years of its release.
If you want the real story, I was at my in-laws, and it was me, my wife, and both my in-laws, and we're like, oh, we're gonna watch a movie. Like, okay. So her dad took the controller on Netflix, and it was like 25 minutes, and I'm like, bruh, you gotta give me this thing. And then I'm like,
I hear you.
I just clicked the first thing I saw that had like above a 7. And that was it. You ever do that? Like when you gotta watch a movie, it's like literally 30 minutes of selection.
Yeah, I've talked about it a lot. Like outplayed. I like sometimes there used to be times I'm in the habit of like reading before bed now.
That's a good habit.
I feel like it quiets the mind. Like I feel like I sleep a lot better after reading instead of just like doom scrolling. Who would have thought, right?
What's doom scrolling?
Doom scrolling is like everybody hates Twitter for the most part, but people still go on it all the time because it like taps into it, like hacks your brain. It's like when you are on Twitter, you hate it, but then your brain's like, oh, I crave it because I might be missing out on something important here. So you doom scroll. You like it's, you know, like when you're already full, but you're still hungry. Or you're still eating, I should say.
I've never heard it called that before. That's the truest thing I've ever heard.
Oh,
nice.
Thank you. I only get one shot with this thing, so I gotta push it. Just shoot!
Cornhopper Scott. All right, this is the chat. This is the game right here. This is it.
Ooh.
Blocking scans the areas for enemies.
You don't get to look at these. Like I don't do it that much anymore. Like I almost have like a hard and fast rule.
But doom scrolling?
Not about doom scrolling, but like about like Netflix scrolling is like if I don't find something within like 10 minutes, it's time to just turn the TV off. Like I don't want to spend my whole night just like being like, oh, that's not the perfect show. Like maybe if I spend a little bit more time looking, maybe I can find better show, you know? Like now it's 2 hours, all you've done is look at like 70 thumbnails.
You know what's a good go-to? I feel like documentaries is a good go-to if you're out of sauce.
I agree, dude. That's honestly like I just turn on HBO most of the time. Dude, the HBO here always has like documentaries on. They had a pseudo documentary about the guy who invented the DeLorean.
Oh, really?
Yesterday, I had no idea about
what was his name?
What a John DeLorean. But John DeLorean, like, you know, he invented the car, and then he had like this factory in Ireland, and it got like totally like mixed up with British politics at like a pivotal time for that. But then even more than that, he needed like government funding, and the Margaret Thatcher's government like refused to give it to him. So he allegedly, but the case covers this a lot, got hooked up with a cocaine deal. Like his ambition was to basically finance a deal that was moving like 20 kilos of cocaine and then use that money to keep his company alive. But then it turned out that it wasn't actually a legitimate drug deal. It was an FBI sting.
From Margaret Thatcher?
No, from Ronald Reagan. As like a war on drugs sort of.
But he wasn't in it. He just did it because he couldn't get financing.
Right. But
I mean, I'm joking.
They're like, you had a good reason, then.
Weren't the loans back then like 18%?
Yeah, but you also get 18% on the bonds.
I was joking. But those were made out of aluminum, right? The whole thing?
I don't know. I didn't see the start of the documentary. I only saw the part where things started going really badly. Saved, not saved. Okay, I need something here, man. This is match point again.
What do you been reading? Or are you gonna get hit? Are you gonna hit with the? What does chat hit you with when you talk about financial stuff?
Well, like it's not even emotes. It's just like I think it's pretty tone deaf that he talks about his interests at this time when they're incongruent with my political beliefs. So like, fair enough. But yeah, I've been reading a lot of finance stuff. Don't kill me. I'm dead.
Anything like easily accessible that you really enjoyed?
Yeah, but I wouldn't board chat with it, honestly.
Well, just hit me with the title. I won't ask you any more about it. Just in the title.
Yeah, sorry. I'll hit you with the title.
On Disky?
On Discord, yeah.
Okay.
I'll hit you with the title on Discord instead.
How do you like that, chat?
I've been down this road enough. Like,
no,
you could talk about like things that you like JO to for hours, and people would be like, "This is my favorite stream ever." If you say the word like stock, people are like, "I'm out. This is like, it's gone too far." So now I don't talk about my interests anymore. Instead, I just do chat court. Good game, by the way, Daniel. Good game.
Someone in my side saying, "What is JO?"
I think that's little brother syndrome.
What do you think JO is?
I just hit him with the little brother syndrome. You want to try this other game?